Okay, Salatul Jum'ah, extremely important. Anytime you Salatul Jum'ah, extremely important. شروط الصحة الوقت. So I think there was a debate here, as you also mentioned. So generally, the madhahib, except for Imam Ahmed, have a position once it's Salatul Dhuhr, the time for Jum'ah enters. Imam Ahmed's position from the time of Duha all the way to Asr, i.e., this is almost like Salatul Eid's time. Now, there's ikhtilaf among the Sahaba itself. As a community, is it wise for you to push an opinion? You need to ask the people of knowledge, but I'm just giving you what the positions are in the madhab today. So it starts from the time of Duha all the way to Asr, but all the other madhab start from Salatul Dhuhr, yani after Zawal, up to when the shadow is light of it. So that is basically your waqt, dukhul al-waqt for the Jum'ah. Now, 40 people, this is a position. Where did they get the 40 people? Because to get a very specific number, this goes back to at the time of Mus'ab ibn Umair, the one who actually called the people of Medina. He called them towards Islam. And when he wrote, one of the first people to establish Jum'ah was actually not the Prophet ﷺ. It was Mus'ab ibn Umair, and he had 40 people. So from this, the Hanbalis took a position, the least you need to have is 40. Even the Shafi'i position is 40. The Maliki have 12. The Hanafis are the most lenient, 3. So that is generally, Jama'ah means you need 3 people. So for them, the Jum'ah, so sometimes I've noticed when I come early, there's not 40, but within a few minutes, mashallah, it fills the whole. In few minutes, sometimes you see the whole floor gets full. Now I know an Imam actually told me he was waiting for 40 people, so he just sat down until it filled the floor. But this is one of the positions, and this is based off what you will say a hadith, an incident. It is not a statement of the Prophet ﷺ. This is not something the Prophet ﷺ had mentioned, or it is not something they asked, nothing. It was an incident, so obviously it is not a direct command or an action of the Prophet ﷺ. Al-khutbatan qabla. So this is again shurut, hanaf allow one khutbah. What do I mean by 2 khutbahs? You will see the Imam, he's saying, when he starts, Inna alhamdulillah nahmadu, and then after that he sits down, right? Typically he's done with the first khutbah, and then again he says, alhamdulillah. This is 2 khutbahs basically. So this is one of the shurut of sihha of Jum'ah. There was somebody here who didn't do it. Generally, this is something any person who decides to go on the minbar has to study this. As I mentioned, any time you take upon yourself a responsibility, that knowledge becomes an obligation. So if you decide to go give the khutbah, you need to know the rulings of Jum'ah, i.e. if this person is going to go and give the khutbah himself. So 2 khutbahs is one, the Hanafis are a little lenient. That is when they are okay with one. But even so, when all the ikhtilafat people argue about, even within the madhab, you will see that they complete all of the conditions. Even if what they call as bayan, they will always start with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They will mention the ayah of taqwa, and they will sit down, their first khutbah. And you'll see him standing up again, and he will mention same thing. So he fulfills all the shurut. The ikhtilaf is sometimes in the understanding. What is the ikhtilaf? We'll cover now. So shurut al-wujub. So what is the individual, the obligation upon the individual? Dhukuriya, only male can give the khutbah. A free person, hurriya, a settled resident. Al-istitan, i.e. a traveler, generally should not be giving. I know here it's like I said, few conditions. This is one of them. You do have sometimes an imam who's a traveler who's giving the khutbah. So this one there is some flexibility on this one. But hurriya, I think in our day and time it doesn't apply. Male, this is agreed upon. At least one of the things he should start with, Inna alhamdulillah, and to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We'll cover that.